even try to copy me, they couldn't do it this way. I do not take them seriously. I'm like, get out of my face. Like, you look silly and stupid. Like, people do not like ambitious people, and that is a fact. They actually hate us. So join the club, the fan club. Life is about people who actually do and then people who do not do anything and expect the same results of people who do things. So I've always been a pretty ambitious person. I've always kind of done the hard work because, I don't know, maybe I have a little bit of perfectionist inside of me, but I always felt like if I didn't do something to my best capabilities, then it felt weird. Like, why would I do something halfway when I can go all the way? Why would I have to keep up the maintenance rather than just doing it? So with many things in my life, I've kind of just done what I needed to do because, again, I don't understand the repetition. I don't understand constantly having to convince other people that I am who I am. I want them to be able to know exactly what I do by seeing my skill set. And that's the thing. Someone who actually works hard and does whatever they're doing, it definitely outweighs those who do not try. Like, you could be doing the same thing as someone who isn't trying, but the results literally speak for themselves, and that's the type of person I am. I am not a talk it. I'm a walk it type of girl. I walk the walk. If I say something, I'm gonna do it. And if I'm underestimated, that's even better. Bring it on, because I will just prove it. I'm not gonna sit there and speak and talk about it non-stop and keep trying to show people like, wait, let me explain. No, I'm not explaining. And I feel like if you master a craft, you don't need to explain anything because they don't even know how to do it the way that you do it. And that's how you need to live life. Find a skill set to master to where you're so confident and you're like, I know if they even try to copy me, they couldn't do it this way, because there's so many people who try to copy and try to get the same merit. That's why you see all the knockoff brands of like, oh, get the new blah, blah, blah. And then like a couple weeks later, everyone's kind of making the same exact thing. Guys, this world is about copycats. Honestly, there's only a few real and the rest are all fake. It's all fake. And it's really crazy to think about because, I don't know, they're really good at faking because for some reason I have this thing in my body and my heart and my mind and soul. I can't bring myself to be, what is it called? Not truthful, dishonest. I don't want to do anything and say, okay guys, let's do this. I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh guys, get this shirt because it's amazing and da 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 da. Meanwhile, it sucks. My shirt doesn't suck. It kind of does suck because I had to do some alterations, but anyways, that's not the point. If I'm sitting there telling y'all to buy this shirt over and over again and saying it's the best shirt so I can get income off of it, I'm a liar. I think I'm a liar, honestly, and I just can't do that. I'm not gonna represent something that doesn't actually represent myself. But if I tell you about some lip gloss that I really love, I'm wearing Rem Beauty by Ariana Grande, but no, literally, I do love that. The color is fantastic. The color was actually like the color of my shirt. But anyways, I do not speak just to talk. I'm serious about whatever I'm talking about. And that is kind of like my, I would say, brand. And that's how I like it. I don't want people to sit there and question my credibility. Credibility to me is everything. I want to be as credible as possible. The thing about it is a lot of people can repeat things, but I feel like a good way to tell if someone is actually about what they say they're about, if you ask them questions and you kind of say like, oh, why? If you want to go into detail and they can't really tell you anything else, they're faking it. Because you ask me about a topic, come here, baby. I'm gonna chat to you all day, every day, go on a long tangent, whatever. And if I don't know it, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll research it so I can have more content or I can talk to you more about it. I'm not gonna sit there and make something up and pretend that I am something that I'm not, because I'm just not a faker. I'm sorry. And I feel like life would be way more easier for me if I could just sit there and fake it like everyone else. But I can't. I can't. I have to sit there and read everything from scratch. I have to go to the library and read about things before I actually articulate them, because that's just how I get my confidence, honestly. That's really it. And as you move onwards, like when you work on yourself, as in your education, whatever it is, The thing is, it's going to start revealing all the fakes. The people who rely on, you know, making sure they look good and making sure they look like a certain way, like a perception wise, they have this like, it's literally, what is it called? It's like a play, and you're on stage and they're like, yeah, you're so great. Throw roses, the spotlight. But then when they're off stage, they're like, you stupid. And then like they throw everything and they're like the most like crazy person you've ever witnessed in your life. And you're like, what? You know what I mean? But you know, that is just what it is, a stage. So you're not that person, truly. But I feel like being the person that you should be is more rewarding because you don't have to keep performing. You don't have to keep going on stage, because when you're off the stage, it doesn't matter. It doesn't freaking matter. You're gonna be who you are on and off screen, you know what I mean? So that's why I feel like it gets harder, because these people on stage notice that the spotlight is going somewhere else. So like, let's say you're walking and then they're like, who is that? Why is everyone looking at them? Because it's obvious that the person performing is a fake, is a fraud. So what do? They attack you, and that is something you're gonna have to get used to. If you want to do better in life, get used to people literally attacking you, trying to throw dirt on your name, trying to do anything to try to make you look like something you're not, because that's all they have. They don't have the same merit. And you know what? I was thinking about this right now. You should be like, okay, then do what I do. And then they'll shut up. Because it's just like, all you can do is talk. And yeah, sometimes their words hurt, and sometimes you'll be really lonely. You'll walk a lonely road, the only road that I have ever known. Green Day. But you'll have to walk the lonely road, because people literally cannot stand that, and they don't want to put in the work. And if you want to get anywhere and go anywhere in life, you have to put in the work. You have to read. You have to actually become it. You can't fake it all the way. Yeah, you can fake it till you make it to a certain extent, but you gotta put the work behind it. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not just that easy. And if it was so easy, everyone would be doing it, right? Yeah, and they're not. So that's the thing. They literally will hurt you over and over again just to kind of bring you down. Because once you get to a certain extent, once you get to a certain point, you're unstoppable. You're literally unstoppable, and you have to get used to people tearing you down, and you have to defend yourself. People will gaslight you and be like, you're being mean, you think you're all that. Yeah, I am. What about it? No, but seriously, I just feel like it's okay to check yourself and be like, wait, am I being mean? Or wait, am I all that? Yeah. But anyways, no. But you have to see where this is coming from, because honestly, one thing about me, I'm a research. So if I see somebody talking about me, I literally look at their lives, I look at how they see life, I literally look at how they treat other people. If it's nowhere near my life or what I want and who I want to be and who I represent, I do not take them seriously. I'm like, get out of my face. Like, you look silly and stupid. Like, get out of my face. And then they're like, she's so dismissive. Yes, I am, because who are you? Who are you to say that? You know what I mean? So it's like, the jokes really write themselves, and in this world, you're gonna have to be rawr. Like, you have to be catty. You have to, not catty in a petty way, but you have to show your claws, because people will literally tear you down so much and do anything, and they will sabotage you, and they'll break you so much to have you question your own merit. But listen, all you can do is focus on yourself. And I know that sounds so cliche, but focus on yourself, because the better that you get, literally years are gonna pass by and you're gonna see them still doing the same thing, and you can literally see from a bird's eye view, and you're like, this person's a fraud. And it's funny, and then it's like, they think that they're doing something, but they're a fraud. And the crazy part is, a lot of these people think they deserve the same results. And since they see you doing and being and having whatever you're having, they get so mad about it. But it's like, what have you done? Have you done anything along the lines of what I have done? You've taken shortcuts almost all your life. You've literally done this, and you have to trick people every day of your life into thinking that you are what you are, or what you say you are. And you know what I mean? Like, everywhere you go, you have to prove yourself again and again and again. For me, I don't have to do that. I walk in a room and I'm just like, whatever, and then people automatically are like, wait, how do you know all this? Or like, wait, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I would rather have people understand me for who I am. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys something because it was just here. So like, this is some stuff that I prepared, like my notes or whatever, not for this video, but like just, you know, notes of like, what is it called? My merit, I guess. And I prepare, like I have a lot of stuff that I do to get to where I am, and it does take a lot of work, and anyone who's saying that it's easy is kind of gonna, I'm not gonna say everyone's lying, but it's not always easy. It's not easy until you do the hard work, okay? Quote that, write that down. It's not gonna be easy until you do the hard work to sustain it, okay? But at the end of the day, you know, you can be given the tools to do something, but it's what you do with the tools, you know what I mean? It's like the escape rooms. If you literally don't know how to escape the escape room, you can spend all day, every day, just, you know, lollygagging and doing miscellaneous tasks or whatever. But if you know what to do in that room, you can get out on time. You get what I'm putting down, you get what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, to sum this video up, once you get to a certain point, you're just gonna have to stop caring. Like, not in the cliche, like, stop caring about what people say. No, stop caring about anybody who is trying to, you know, make their own ego big, trying to be the hottest, the nicest, the funniest person in the room, and then you walk in and you're all of those on accident, and then they're like, how dare you? They may think that you're taking away all the funny, and then they're like, they're not even that funny. And it's like, you're just a hater at this point, because why can't we have two funny people in the building? What is wrong with that? You know what I mean? And another red flag is someone who never wants to offer help. So I'm not saying you have to help everyone, but someone who is always benefiting, and you're always like, hey, here's a new idea, here's this, here's that, here's this, blah, blah, blah. Because you believe that there is more out there, you're not limited, you don't believe that, you know, everything will be taken away, or there only has to be one. Like, you don't believe in that. So these people will never give you advice, they'll never help you, they'll never really invest more into you, because they are low-key resentful of you, because you seem to have it all, or you seem to have like this perfect thing drawn out or whatever, and they're basically jealous and they're haters. And it's just like, it's crazy, because you can literally be the best person to them and help them out so much, because you really feel like there's so much to give, but they're not gonna care. They're just going to take. I'm over it. I'm so over it. So I hope y'all are over this too. But anyways, I think that is all. That's all I'm gonna sum it up. But anyways, as always, and you're watching Ollie's channel. Yes. Goodbye. No, guys, I was laughing at the shirt thing earlier. If you guys watched it all, okay, I'm gonna show you this, okay? Dude, I had to hold it up with the little clippy because my shirt was just really awkward. Maybe I'm gonna show you. I can't even get it off. Alright, I got it off. I'm just kidding. Okay, that's how it looked like before, but I felt like, I don't know. But and then I freaking tied it here. So no, I would not recommend this freaking shirt, because it's shaped so freaking weird. Yeah, it's a hot mess. But anyways,